Welcome to another Chelsea chat. So, last night in the last Champions League group stage game, it was Chelsea 2, Dinamo Zagreb 1. 22 shots, just 6 on target, and I think that really shows our problem. The goals that we actually got were belters, and some of the football we played last night, albeit against a side hard working, but certainly not a Premier League side, gave us problems. We went behind, a little bit unfortunate, but also down to bad defending, type of defending that we've seen loads and loads of times in the last couple of seasons, where our defenders don't react quick enough. I always say to defenders when I'm coaching a team, even up the park, imagine you're a forward and you've got to get to that ball first to score, and our players don't seem to do that. But we were a little bit unlucky because Arse went up for the ball, it hit his head, could have gone anywhere, went straight back to a guy. As I say, no one reacted, but their centre forward did. Powerful header. Mendy's asked to save it from about literally 6 feet, and he nearly does, to be fair to him. But we're 1-0 down, and I thought, oh, here we go. No way should we be behind, but we were. And after that, they huffed and they puffed, but we were generally a lot better side. We ended up with 59% possession. We played some beautiful stuff. As I say, not against the best side in the world, so it's hard to gauge, but you can only beat what's in front of you. So I was pleased, particularly after that Brighton performance. Some of the one-touch stuff between Mount, Havertz, Sterling and Aubameyang particularly was absolutely breathtaking. Big shout out to Dennis Zakaria. People who watch these videos, the three of you, will know I was very doubtful when we signed him, because he was a real talent and he had a really bad injury. And when he came back and he played for Juventus, he looked a shadow of the player. Now, with him not getting game time, I've been thinking, he's had it. Young lad, but he's had it. But do you know what I think it is? I think Tuchel and Potter have been nursing him along, getting him back to the sort of standards he was at before that injury, before they play him in the Premiership. And last night was a nice steady introduction back into competitive football with those teammates around him, because he looked the business last night, didn't he? He looked the business. Once he lost the ball in 90 minutes, scored a goal on his debut, took it well, head over the ball, kept the ball down, played some lovely forward balls. It was nice to see a physical midfielder. You know, he was like a cross between sort of Essien and Lampard last night. He was physical, he got in there, he won the ball back several times, and then he looked up and his first thought is to play that ball forward. And if that's what Chelsea lack, it's midfielders who have got that as their first thought. So big shout out to Zakaria. Maybe I did him a wrong when we signed him. I'd seen him play in a derby, I think it was against Inter Milan, and I wasn't impressed. But looking back at his earlier stuff, hopefully we could have a real good signing there, particularly if Kante's out long time injury. The lad looks like he's got a good engine. Let me know what you think anyway. So last night we started off with Mendy in goal. Kepa was injured, he arrived on crutches, so I expected him to be playing certainly in the next couple of games. Mendy in goal. We started off with a back four of Arse, Chalobah, Koulibaly and Chilwell. In front of them we had Mount, Jorginho, Zakaria. In front of them we had Havertz and Sterling, and right up front we had Aubameyang. I was sad that Brozier didn't get a a full game last night. I thought it would have been a great opportunity. That said, I thought Aubameyang, although he didn't score, that was probably his best game in a Chelsea shirt. He certainly put a shift in. He certainly was making runs into the channels. He's not a great tackler, but he was getting back and doing his defensive bit. So yeah, all good, all good. As I say, I thought maybe Brozier at least, maybe a couple of the youngsters might have got a run out, but Potter knows best. That was it really. It was pretty one-sided. Because we were so forward-thinking, we always looked susceptible on the break. They're a half-decent side when they break away. But we pretty well controlled that game. Didn't need to win it, but it was nice to get a win under our belts before the Arsenal game at the weekend, and it was nice to see us playing with some confidence and to see us playing with smiles on our faces. That was refreshing. It was nice. So I won't keep it long because it was what it was last night. Sterling is finished for the goal. He didn't have a great all-round game, although he put a shift in. But his finish for the goal was superb. He didn't lose his head. He went round two players and passed it into the goal. And the Zakaria goal, it came out to him. He kept his head down, and he hit it side-footed. It hit it hard and low. The goals that the chances we missed. Well, we missed some sitters, and their keeper made a couple of really great saves. One particularly, a free kick from Mason Mount, top right-hand corner. I thought he did great to get to that. But story of the night, the amount we missed, the amount of sitters that we missed. Their keeper was half decent, and they also rode their luck as well. Sorry for Chalobah, he was winning virtually every header on the near post, but from corners. But yeah, no one on the end of it. And when we were on the end of it, we skied it or we put it wide. So Mendy in goal, made one cracking save actually. Didn't really have a lot of chance with the goal. Looked good in the air. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think. But I thought his distribution was a lot better last night. They've obviously been working on that, and he's obviously been working on that. Looked a lot better last night. They give Mendy a 7. Didn't have a lot to do, but when he got called upon, he was more than up to it. Aspie gets a 7. Good shift in. Tried getting forward, putting balls into the box. Put a couple of really good balls into the box. A couple not so good. When they hit that first man, it infuriates me. But there you go. Chalobah's going to get a 7.5. I don't think once he put a foot wrong. And you can blame anyone of three for not marking. It wasn't his man when the goal was scored, but he was in the vicinity. Maybe he could have gone, but not blaming Chalobah. Any one of three, as I say. But yeah, Chalobah gets a 7.5. Koulibaly last night got booked for a tackle he didn't need to make, but other than that, showed pace last night. I thought he had a good game. He gets a 7.5. Chilwell gets a 7.5. Such a shame he got injured. That was the real downer for the night. Remember, it was last November we lost Reece and Chile, and we were absolutely flying up to then. At least we've got this rotten World Cup to give them time to get fit. So, not being funny, I don't really care about England. I'm Chelsea. Obviously, if England win the World Cup, I'll be happy, particularly living in Scotland. But I'm mainly Chelsea. But this World Cup has probably come at a good time for us, to be honest. In midfield, I am got two players here who are joint man of match. I'm giving an 8.5 to Zakaria. I've already told you why. And I'm giving an 8.5 to Mason Mount. Mason Mount was everywhere last night. He didn't have his best game against Brighton. And I think last night he was up for it. He was up for it, and he was playing against a side that were of a far inferior quality to Chelsea. But God, did he make it. Some of the touches, some of the close control, some of the crossing, superb. Well done, Mason Mount. Zachariah, I've already gone through him. I thought he was excellent last night. Jorginho in the middle there, he gets a 7. Gave it away a couple of times in dangerous positions. Once we were really lucky to get away with it. But, do you know what? Last night he played 3 balls forward. 3 forward passes. One went to the goalkeeper. One went to, I think it was Brozier, and one went to Aubameyang. So, take me hat off to you. 3 forward passes. Well done, Jorginho. And you put a shift in. Not going to... People know my thoughts on Jorginho. In front of them, Havertz gets a 7.5. Best he's played this season, in my humble opinion. Worked his socks off. Some beautiful touches. Involved in everything. Really, really good game last night. Unlucky not to score. And also, should have scored. Sterling last night gets a 7. Great goal. Proper shifting. Let's face it, he's not playing his best at the minute. He'd probably be the first to say. But you know what? He worked hard last night and he got his goal. He gets a 7. And Aubameyang gets a 7. He worked hard last night, as I say. Didn't get his goal. Should have got his goal. For a clinical finisher, he needs to finish more clinically. Didn't get a lot of chances last night, but he had one that he should have put away. When the subs came on, they all looked bright and breezy. Gallagher looked good. Pulisic looked good. Brozier looked good. Obviously, Silva came on because Koulibaly took a slight knock. Silva, they all look good. They all look good when they come on. And Potter, he's got to get an 8, and he got the win. He set up a lot better than he had done against Brighton. He set up with a stronger side than I was expecting, but perhaps we needed that, and perhaps he wanted to give players the opportunity to play in their correct positions in some cases, and hopefully give them a confidence boost before the Arsenal games. That's maybe why he did it. So we got Cucurella on Saturday playing against Arsenal because Chile's going to be out for weeks. I hope he gets the support. I hope he gets more support in the ground than he gets on social media. No, he hasn't set the world alight, but he is a left back who's been asked to play left centre back. He's either a left midfielder or a left back. And some of the stick he's getting, same as Mason Mount got a few months ago, and gets periodically. I just don't understand people slagging off our own players. I'm not a big fan of Jorginho. I think he's a cracking footballer, but I don't always think he suits our style of play. Sometimes he does when we need to take the sting out of the game. But you know what? When I go to the ground on those few occasions nowadays, I sing his name. He's got a blue shirt on. He gets my support. And I wish some of these people online would adopt the same attitude. Look up support in the dictionary and actually support. Let me know your thoughts on last night's game. This is why I do these. Please subscribe to the channel and please throw the video a like. Thanks for watching. Up to Chelsea.